parents as some games that they can play with their small children while they're at home through the COVID-19 to help with some subtraction and addition. Okay, so I'm going to do an addition and subtraction game that you can play with them. These are more so for kindergarten through second grade that are working with the addition and subtraction and numbers. Now, if you have an older student that is struggling with addition and subtraction, by all means, this is the thing that they can do, especially if you have a younger child. They can do it together, and if they're helping their younger sibling work through it, it serves a great purpose because they're teaching what they know and they're saying it out loud, which only makes them stronger in the area. Okay, so first thing is I have some dice. These are foam dice. I got them at the Dollar Tree. There's different colors. There's blue, there's pink, there's red. I just grabbed a couple. These are nice in the classroom or at home that you can roll. They're not hard. They're not going to hurt anybody if somebody throws it, okay? And they're big, so they're not as easy to lose. So that's one option. Second option is a Tupperware bowl with actual dice in it. It's clear, you can shake it, they can see the numbers. In a classroom, you don't have dice going everywhere. At home, you don't have dice going everywhere. It's a little noisy, but it's a lot better than the dice bouncing all over the floor and the children losing them and having to replace them all the time. So that's another one. Now, if you don't have dice and you have a printer, down in the description box down there, I'm going to leave the link that you can actually print out a paper dice. Now I have the ones with the dots as well as the ones with the numbers. It's totally preference. So I'll leave this link down in the below if you want to print. Now my only suggestion with these is that you use tape whenever you're putting it together and not glue. The glue has been proven to kind of break apart, but the tape seems to hold up a lot better. So whenever you're doing that, I would go ahead and use tape when you're putting those together. So you would just cut it out and then fold it, and it has directions over to the side as to how to fold correctly or cut out, and what tabs to glue first so that it fits together right. Okay, so to get started, you are just going to need some die. I am going to show you two different things. We're going to start with subtraction. Now, the papers that I'm using, I am going to go ahead and link those in the description box as well. If you don't have a printer, by all means, feel free. You can draw it. It is just nice whenever my students are looking at it that they can see what they're doing, and it's there. The box is already done, but you can draw it just the same. Now, the other trick that I use is I like to laminate mine. I use this in centers a lot in the younger classrooms. For my students, for my personal children, whenever we did this at home, I also did this. So I'm going to stick it in a laminating sheet and I'm going to quickly laminate it. Now the reason I like to laminate it is because they can take a dry erase marker and write on it, then wipe it clean. They can reuse it. So whenever I implement this in centers, every time that they rotate, that one paper or two papers stays at that center, and it serves every student that comes to that center instead of having to print tons and tons of copies for that center a week. At home, my children love dry erase markers, so they do it, wipe it clean. If they make a mistake, we wipe it clean and we start over. Okay, they can keep going with each one of these until their paper is complete, wipe it, and do it again. Okay, so it's finishing laminating now. So I also have the addition one that we're going to do that I'll also laminate really quick, so we'll have that as we start. Okay, so we have our subtraction game set up. This is a sheet. I went ahead and laminated it, so I'm going to use my big foam dice because it's my favorite. What you're going to do is you're going to roll those dice. You have 1 and 1, so you're going to take this case. It's don't have the highest number, so you're going to have 1 minus 1 equals 0. Okay, and you're going to keep going. You are going to roll those dice again using your highest number first. 6 minus 3 equals 3. And you are going to keep going. You would roll them again. I'm trying to keep it here where you can see it. 5 minus 5 is going to equal 0. Okay, do it again. 6 minus 1. Always putting that high number first. And one more. Oops. 5 minus 2 gives you 3. And you're going to keep going, just building those number sense. Super easy. You can make it a game. Now, granted, the reason I like the dry erase is I'm going to come in here, I'm going to wipe it off, and I'm going to go again. Okay, now with some addition, same kind of concept. You're going to roll your dice. I have 4 and 2, gives me 4 plus 2 equals 6. Take them again. You're going to roll 3 and 1. So I have 3 plus 1 equals 4. 5 plus 1 equals 6. Now, it is really great with your young ones to use some hand-on manipulatives. It helps keep them engaged. That's why I really like the dice and the cards. It allows them to touch something and not just be focusing on a board or somebody talking. So it's something that you can simply introduce. So you have 5 and a 1 again, which is 6. And you keep going. And this allows them to be able to do it on their own. Another reason I like the dry erase marker and the laminate is because it also helps them with writing, to just actually write those numbers. And with this one, you just keep going until both sides are full. Again, you can take whatever, a rag or whatever you're using, eraser, you wipe your board clean, and you simply are ready for your next group at centers, or you're ready to move on and wipe it clean and do it again. You can make it fun and you can time them as they get better, or just simply just say, okay, let's do 1 whole page today, 1 whole page tomorrow. Now, if you want to change it up a little bit, if they're getting really good at adding and subtracting, okay, we'll take this one away. There is a way that you can change it up just a little, and you can do, you're still going to roll, okay, and this time we're introducing the greater than. Now in the description box, I'm going to give you a sheet that has greater than, less than, and equal to. That is perfectly fine. Just add as they are ready. Don't try to rush them. The key is getting them to have fun with these dice and actually pursuing the techniques, okay? So you're going to start, you're still going to roll, so 4 and 2 is what you would have. So you have 4 plus 2 equals 6, okay? You're going to roll again. You have a 2 and a 2. So you're going to do the exact same thing, okay? 2 plus 2 equals 4. Now that I have both of these top numbers, okay, I have my 6 and my 4. I'm taking those answers, okay? But I'm trying to fill in these of which is greater. Okay, and this is a good way to teach them. So 6 is greater than 4. Okay, that's how you would find it. But if these numbers don't go over 6, I would do a 6 and a 4 if they are struggling, just so they can put eyes on more and less. If that doesn't work, you can always break out some kind of counters. Okay, you have a 6 and a 4. But you can always break out counters. You can get these super cheap. I ordered some off of Amazon. A lot of schools already have manipulatives that you can use like that. So you could count those out. But again, you have 6 and 4 just to give them something else to look at if they're struggling with that concept. And be like, okay, 6 is more than 4. Okay, and then you would keep going and do the next set and do which is greater, the next step and which is greater. Now there are some that show, like I said, less than and equal to. They'll be linked in the description box below. All right, guys, I hope this gives you somewhere to start. Happy teaching!